What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GK, and right now we on the job site doing a little side job. So what we got to do is we essentially got to move this dirt and just get it the heck up out of here, you know what I'm saying? So we got to find somewhere to dispose of it and all of that good junk. But right now I'm working with my brother, and he also cut his hair. You may have seen him in some of those other videos. He just cut his hair, so shout out to him for that, you know. But yeah, we got to do this. We got to move this move this dirt from here, find somewhere to dump it. I got these contractor bags right there. It's about 42 of them. Hopefully we don't run out. We got these shovels. You know, he got his shovel. And what we're doing is, he actually came up with this. What we're doing is, we are just putting the dirt and shoveling it into the bag, but he rolled it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So that as we put it in there, we can just roll it up as we go. I ain't gonna lie, I would have never thought of that. I'm glad I brought him to this job, because I would have somehow made this way more complicated than it needed to be. But let me go ahead, grab my shovel, and you know what I'm saying, start helping him out. I'll update you as we go, because I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna take a little second. Alright, so this is where we are. Like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and 10 pounds lost later. You know what I'm saying? Still got way too much to go. You know what I'm saying? Way too much. I don't know if y'all can even see that. I don't even know if I'm hyperventilating right now. But I got my water though, so, but that's where we at. Let me see. This is where we at so far. This is how many bags we've made, and this is how much we got left. So I don't know how it looked when we started, but I know we made progress, but still back-breaking work, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not what I thought I was going to. This is not what I thought I was signing up for. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought this was gonna be way easier than it actually was. And you don't even wanna know how much I charged for this. Y'all gonna be disappointed in me, guys. But I'm a man of my word. But we also gonna take it step by step. So once we bag as much as we can today, then that's when we're gonna see how she feels about moving forward. She may decide to just pause everything right now, because she also is seeing how big of a job it is. But I definitely gotta refuel, replenish, and gain these 3 pounds that I know I lost out here in the sun. But back to it though. And I know it's all on my shirt. But back to it though. Alright, so this is where we left off at, guys. This is where we left off at. I honestly think we bit off more than we can chew. So I just kept it 100 with her and told her, like, this may be a job for the professionals who specifically do this type of work. So, you know, this is where we're leaving off at. And, you know, I told her, but if she needs anything else, she can always call us, and we're not scared to finish it. But I think it would be honest of me to just tell her that it would be best to get a reasonable quote from somebody who just does this stuff, you know, on as their actual job. We're just the mounters and the movers. We're not we can't handle all of this dirt and stuff. You know, this is like easily 3 more hours. So I think it's safe when you have to, you know, it's best to call it when you feel like you can't handle something. So this is where we at with it. Alright guys, so we just got done with that job. We loaded up, packed everything up, and I charged her $150 for that. Now, some of you guys might look at that work and you might think that's definitely not $150 worth of work. That's definitely like at least 200, maybe 250 range, but I would agree with you. But this seems to be how we always learn, you know what I'm saying, calibrate to our price points that we charge. We go out, we think it's a job that is worth a certain amount. We get to the job and it always is 3 times more than what we thought. Try not to curse. But that shouldn't be the customer's fault. The customer shouldn't have an experience that says, hey, we'll give you one price, and it keeps ballooning and ballooning because we didn't do our due diligence. So today was a day where we took a loss on doing due diligence, and we should have came and did a walkthrough. Certain things we don't have to do a walkthrough, like assembling a bed, but this time we should have done a walkthrough, and so I have to take the responsibility for that. So she sent us $150, and You know, I just sent my brother his half. He's over there hyperventilating. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where we at with it, man. But just being fully transparent. Every move can't be the greatest move of all time. Sometimes you gotta have moves like this where you kind of shoot your own self in the foot. But this is how you learn. Next time we get something like this, we'll do a walkthrough and we'll assess it accordingly. I'm back in the uniform, baby. You know what I'm saying? Fred and brought me out of retirement. We got this insurance event we going to, man. Fred let me know, you know, there's an insurance event going on. Like, you know, do you want to come? I said, yeah, I want to come. I'm hungry, man. I need some insurance deals, man. So he got me out here, man. And we back on, well, I'm back on the road, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see how it go. You know what I mean? I feel like MJ when he, you know, went to go play baseball and then he came back and put on that jersey for the first time. That's how I feel in these dress clothes, man. It's been a long time coming. I know y'all been seeing me in the black t-shirts, the white t-shirts, sometimes the green jacket, but today, we dressing like we want to close some deals. So let's get to it, man. We gonna see how it go. We are in the famous Lacuna Lofts in Chicago. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was a pretty decent event. It's still going on. It's taking like a little break right now. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like that, like the gist of this event is the place is normally like a newspaper place, but right now they're having, it's like a blend between art in various mediums and conversations that we need to have as a people, as a culture. Type of thing. I don't have the exact format, but it's dope. I'm gonna get some footage. I got some phone footage, but I will say that as far as the networking, I don't know, I feel like I kind of like Fred, the guy who I work with, you know, it seemed like everybody that walked in, it was like they already knew him, you know. So it's like I felt like, man, was it really, you know what I mean? It felt like more like, you know, just being around his friends and people that, you know, even though he was like, no, you still should network and all these things, and I definitely agree, but I don't know, I kind of feel like Fred already kind of, you know, he already kind of, you know, this is his audience. He already kind of ran through this audience, you know. So while I believe that networking for networking's sake is still good, I don't know, I felt like a little discouraged, honestly, because I'm like, man, all these people, every single person that walked up knows Fred. So I'm like, I know Fred has had the insurance conversation with all of these guys. So, but nonetheless, I'm gonna still get some footage of the show just so you guys can see what the actual event looks like. But because it's still pretty cool nonetheless, and this building is pretty cool. It's like this on every single floor. But you know, I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know what it was actually looking like, because it is pretty cool. And either way, whether I, you know, get leads or not, because we have a little raffle thing going on. We got a few people who signed up for the raffle, but it still is pretty cool just to be able to be in an event like this and start getting the networking momentum going. So I'll let you guys know. I'll give you guys a little preview of what actually the event looks like, and then we can go from there.
I can't remember, but I called his dad.
You called me FaceTime.
Oh, I FaceTimed him. Because this is not my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, clearly he's wherever he is. I don't know how to get him out because this is his lunch, this is his recess period. I gotta go to a meeting. I gotta fix this right now, but I don't know how.
He's going to the school that he wanted to go to.
Big ups, man.
There was no reason for you to feel that pressure. And I made sure he understood that his parents was not putting that on him.
Right.
I'm like, this ain't on us. That's you. You doing that to yourself. I said, man, wipe them tears off, man, and go back to class. And don't worry about this algebra exit exam. And short story, he passed the algebra exam.
And then last but not least, you said you rookie art collectors, new art collectors. Let me start with saying shout out to Just Flow, who was in the back behind us. Thank you for the time. This is kind of our first time doing a collab where it's like, you know, 3D art merged with like, you know, vinyl art. But this is a gift tonight to you guys as well. So
Wow.
Oh, that's dope.
That's crazy.